guys, welcome to my channel Sex Talk with Kissa, where we discuss all things sex and yum. The aim of the channel, like I always say, is just to normalize the topic of sex. We're making it easy, breezy, light, and of course, yummy. So, just given the way the channel's been going and all the different topics and all the different subjects we've covered, and we've covered quite a few. If it's your first time joining us, thank you for sitting in and joining us. And for everyone else that's been with us from the beginning, thank you guys so much for sticking with us and for all your comments and for all your suggestions and questions and also letting me know how everything's going. So thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please share the channel with other people and give us comments in the comment section. Hit the little bell button next to the subscribe button so when we do upload new videos, you're first to see them and hear them and just see what we're talking about on a specific topic. And if there's anything specific or any topic suggestions you also may have, give me those too. Like today, it's a bit different in terms of what we're going to be chatting about. I'm just going to go through a few questions that I've been having and keep popping up. Some from the same people and some from different people, but the same questions. So I'll try and go through 3 or 4 of them and just help and explain as much and as best as I can. And hopefully I'll be of some help. So we are a bit limited on the channel what we can discuss and what we can go through. So in the description box and in the comment section, I'll put details, email address and a number that you can call and book your one-on-one time where it's specific to your relationship, and then we spend some time and try and help there. Okay, so having said all of that, just a quick side note, I'm not a sex practitioner, I'm not a sex therapist yet, I'm not an expert in any way. Everything we discuss, I always say on the channel, is just somewhat experience and also just talking to people that have been willing to share and talk openly and just discuss the topic of sex. Really, it has always been an interest of mine, and I'm always fascinated by the different opinions that everyone has regarding the topic. So that's what we discuss. We make it, like I say, easy, breezy, light. The fun of it should always be there. The exploring of it should always be there. And it should never be that you or your partner feel offended or embarrassed in a way, to talk about this really, really important, I think the most important part of a relationship. Besides everything else that we have going on, in our personal lives, I think a sexual relationship is really, really so important and actually drives a relationship. Remember, it releases all those yummy, yummy hormones, oxytocin, the happiness hormone, lowers stress, lowers cholesterol, removes anxiety, puts you in a good mood, good for your skin, good for your overall well-being. So more feel-good hormones, more oxytocin. Even a simple hug releases that hormone, and it's good for you. It's good for the relationship. It's good for your partner. It's just the best thing. So I said I'm going to go a bit different today, and I know the topic of positions has been such a hot topic. I never expected people to really love the different positions and the variations, because now I found that I'm getting so many requests to do variations for certain positions, although I have put variations in there. So if there's a specific position you want a variation for, and I see that it's such a high demand, I'll cover it. I'll actually go through it. It's been really fun, to go through the different sex positions. So I got some questions and I said I'm going to run through a few and see, how I can best answer them. And I'll jump right into it. The first one, and this one has come across, I think, more than 4 times, and in a different way, but meaning the same thing. But I'll go off the last one I got. Anonymously, obviously, the person said, how do I deal with clitoris stimulation? So, clit stimulation. So this is the thing I will just say off the bat to know about the clit, right? Right in the beginning of my videos when I said, if you haven't had time, you can go back, and there's a video I did that's, it's called Know Your Body. Okay, Know Your Body, it's just basically you learning about, the ins and outs of your vagina, your body, what feels good, and check that video out. It's got a more in-depth explanation about the clit and how everything works. But just to jump into it for answering the question's sake, the clit has so many thousands of nerve endings, so it's very, very sensitive. And the way you go about stimulating the clit is simply feel and touch. Now, when I say feel and touch, please, first things first, clean hands, always clean hands. And maybe I would suggest to start off with some lubricant, either a water-based lubricant, which is okay, or a silicone-based lubricant, but have some lubricant, your normal from the chemist lubricant. Make sure your hands, your fingertips have some lubricant. And the best way for clit stimulation is to just, have your fingers lubricated and just touch. I did say the vagina is in this kind of shape. So that's your clit at the top. You have your urethral opening where you pee from, and then you have your vaginal opening. That's where the penis goes in, and that's how you have sex. And then, of course, at the bottom, you have your anal opening. So your clit is right at the top, and your clit is hooded, okay? It has a little hood. It's like this little hooded guy that just sits there and waits for stimulation. So I would suggest just a gentle rub. Because your clit is like there, the top of your vagina. You can't be so rough. You have to be gentle, so you will go around the clit head. So you want to touch around it and just on the sides of it. Basically, what you're doing is you're kind of exploring now. You explore. If it's your first time, you're now going to explore. If your partner's doing it for you, I would suggest you lie down, you relax, be calm, and then let your partner, touch and feel. And then also you need to feel what feels good. Like if he touches you a certain way, and then you have to say, oh, baby, I love that. Oh, do that again. And that's how you learn. So the best way for clit stimulation is to touch. And, your partner, guys, lick your tongue, lick. Ooh, your tongue, swirl your tongue around, up and down the sides of the vagina, the sides of the clit, up and down. And that's the best way to stimulate the clit. And the more you stimulate it, the more blood flow comes there, and you'll actually see the clit hardens and almost erects itself. It will be erect and it will stand. It will be pink and red. And then you'll know when it's stimulated. So that is the quick and fastest way to stimulate it. Gentle rubs, lick, suck, very gentle, and just see what feels good. Okay, so I hope that helps. So try that and just play around with it and you'll feel good. Okay, the next one is my partner can't ejaculate when I give him a BJ, which is a blowjob. How can I make him ejaculate with a BJ, a blowjob, and am I doing it wrong? So I would suggest this. Maybe it's not to say that he can't ejaculate with a blowjob. Maybe he doesn't like the way you do it. Maybe he's had bad experiences with blowjobs before. Remember, teeth really hurt. And if he's been hurt before, with somebody who was rough on him, it will always give him that slight anxiety. Or maybe it just means you need to practice slightly, like just practice a bit more. I do have a video also. If you go back in the videos, I do have a video on blowjobs and somewhat how to give it. But just like I said with the clit, the head of the penis is very sensitive. And when you pull down the foreskin, that back rib, that vein that runs down. So just the top of the penis head and that vein that runs at the back, that's so sensitive. So if you pull, now ladies, your hands, clean hands, I always say. And you want to be wet. So if you don't want to use your spit or your saliva, I would really suggest coconut oil. Ooh, coconut oil. So a nice organic coconut oil. You get them in small tubs. They're not so expensive. Take some in a little bowl. Warm it up in the microwave. So you want lovely warm coconut oil, and rub it on him and rub his genitals and rub his shaft, and then you slowly pull down his skin, and then you want to suck and go all the way down, up, and concentrate on the tip, And also, if your partner is willing, So it's while you're doing it and he's also like feeling how it feels. And I think also it's very, very important for your partner to tell you what he likes, because I think men know what they like when it comes to blowjobs. They may not know how to explain it, but when you're doing something good or if you do something he likes it. So guys, if she's trying, especially like I appreciate somebody like this who is actually trying and saying, how can am I doing it wrong? How can I do it better? Whereas so many other people don't even get blowjobs, and it's like on a birthday or Christmas. It's like a special occasion thing. We're not saying have blowjobs every day. You want these things to be special as well. But we're saying when you're doing it, you want to do it well. You want your partner to help you to do it, and so that you're doing it well or you're doing it the right way. Guys, it's much easier for you to just say, what you like, and then teach us. Teach the ladies how to do it the way you like it, and it will be so much easier. That's why we say on the channel, we're talking about sex, and we're bringing the fun back into the bedroom. We're bringing the lightness back so that it's easy. Ladies shouldn't be offended if you haven't been doing it the right way. Don't be offended if he now says, okay, I like it this way. Just take it in your stride. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for helping me. And then you go about it. Oh, take him into your mouth and do it the way he likes it. So the easiest thing would be like to talk to each other. Men, talk to your ladies and tell them what you like. I hope that helps. Okay. The other one is, my husband doesn't like to remove his pubic hair. How do I bring the subject up in a kind way that is non-combative? Non-combative. It sounds like you're going into combat over pubic hair. Look, there is also a video on grooming, and I keep saying I've done a video, and I know maybe it's a bit daunting for you to go through the whole list of all the videos that I've done, and I suppose you'll send a quick question, obviously looking for an answer and a better way to communicate. Some of these that seem so simple things, but maybe can be offensive to your partner. So the easiest thing would be just to be open and talk about it. And maybe what you can suggest is, I know shaving is sometimes very itchy, depending on if you don't know how to shave. You have to shave against the hair, in the direction your hair grows in, you shave in that way, and whichever way, especially with a man, you got the pubic hair, by the top of his penis that grows down, so you want to shave down. On the sides it grows inwards, you want to shave that way. By his genitals, there's all different directions, and you have to be gentle with the skin, over his genitals, because it's all wrinkly, so you have to stretch that and shave. So you have to be relaxed, I guess, either in the bath or even on the bed. If you're going to do it on the bed, if you're going to do a dry shave, I would suggest using some baby powder, and just be gentle and take your time with it. Or if you're going to be in the bath, and then maybe say to him, let's shave each other. Or on the bed, you can lie down, let him shave you. And if you can't handle the shaving stick, try the shaving machine. A lot of men have the shaving machines for their hair. If you don't have that, I would definitely suggest hair remover. So hair remover will remove the whole thing of the itch and the sting, if you don't shave correctly and you got that itch afterwards, and those little bumps and bruises, and just mainly bumps, and they really itch. So that's if you haven't been, especially if it's his first time. Or a better way, even if he doesn't want to be completely clean and he's already uncomfortable with it and you don't want to offend him, maybe just a little grooming scissors. You get them at the pharmacies, the very small sharp scissors. And then I would suggest maybe even start with that. Just clip everything down, like really clip it down, so it's not clean shaven, so he doesn't itch. But you're giving him that groomed look and that feel, which is like you're meeting him in the middle, basically, and he's meeting you also in the middle, where he's groomed somewhat. He's not maybe clean shaven if that's uncomfortable for him. So you have to find out firstly what is the issue and why is he uncomfortable. You might find it's just something tiny, but if it's something that's a complete no-no for him, discuss it. I mean, really talk about it and meet each other in the middle. It is an important one. It's a cleanliness thing. I know it's a cultural thing as well. A lot of men don't like to groom, but it really is important. Underarms down there, like it's really the way we have to brush our teeth and, you know, just take care. I believe that, you know, in our private area as well, if we're going to enjoy a good sex life and have good blowjobs and just enjoy, and also when you are on top, you know, when you're on top your man and you're riding him on top, and if he's, depending on, you know, if his pubic hair is quite on the coarse side, it's very bruising to the clitoris. It's very bruising, and then it's got that sensitivity, which then kills feeling and also hinders you getting wet. The moment your clit has a bit of irritation or pain or just chafing from the pubic hair, it's going to irritate your clit and it's going to hinder you from getting more wet. So you want to be wet, because the wetter you are, you'll also just slide on the pubic area, but also you want it to be groomed somewhat, you know, so it's just comfortable all around for both of you. Okay. I hope that helps. Let me know. Okay. The other one, I'm going to do the last one. The other one and the last one, I'll try and do this one quickly, is sex during and after pregnancy. So this is a really important one, especially for all the couples that are having babies, or, you know, at that stage where you either have a baby, you're having baby. So during pregnancy, you'll find that the bigger your pregnancy grows, the more pressure you will feel at the lower part of your abdomen, your stomach, you know, your vagina. Everything just feels compact and pressed and sensitive. And towards the end especially, I know you get very, very horny for a lot of women during pregnancy, but like in your first trimester, you know, you're struggling with maybe your nausea and just, you know, your body is not well. Second trimester, you kind of enjoy things a bit more. Your body kind of settles into pregnancy. And of course, when you get to your last trimester, everything's heavy and squished. You just want baby out. You're tired. You know, besides everything else you have to get done, you know, you're heavy and just that exhaustion. So if you have had anal sex before, if you're a newbie with anal sex, I will cover a video on anal sex because that's a whole video on its own. I would suggest anal sex for sometimes to just give relief to your vagina if you have that pressure or that, you know, aches and pains slightly, you know, that come with pregnancy. But if anal sex is not your thing, and it's not everyone's thing, it really isn't, I would really suggest a good session of foreplay. You know, to the men, I know it's not all the time you'll be able to have foreplay because, you know, just life. But I would really suggest foreplay. And ladies, keep some lubricant on hand at the bedside drawer. Make sure you're nice and wet. And for men, you will just have to be really gentle at that stage when it's sore and, well, like kind of uncomfortable and heavy. You'll have to be a bit more gentle and a bit more slower. And, you know, as you speed things up, just make sure she's always comfortable. Ladies, find a position that's comfortable on your side. Put a pillow under your tummy when you lie on the side. And, you know, make sure you've got, even if you have a pillow in between your knees, 2 pillows, so that, you know, you're opening up your vagina area and your pelvis is tooted out. You toot your back out. Guys, try with a back rub just to get her, you know, relaxed a bit and, you know, ease some of the aches and pains after a nice warm bath. Mummies, remember, you can't have a hot bath when you're pregnant, so after a nice warm bubble bath maybe, and then you do that. Just allocate time. You know, it's going to be that you have to put in some time to just, you know, shift things around and allocate time for it because it's such a sensitive time. So you want the sex that you have in that time to be enjoyable, and you don't want it to be sore and uncomfortable, because if that's the case, you're not going to enjoy it and your partner's going to feel like he's hurting you, and that's not nice for a man to feel. You know, your partner should never feel like he's hurting you. It's off-putting, and you want to have an enjoyable sex life also, even when you're pregnant. So gentle is the way, and even after you give birth and even after your doctor clears you for sex, you're going to have to come back into it very gently. Lubricant, foreplay, and gentle does it. All the time, gentle will do it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for the questions. I actually enjoyed this. I actually did enjoy this. I hope I've helped somewhat. There's so many different topics. Somebody asked me about squirting. Someone asked me about Kama Sutra and Tantra sex, anal sex. So I will do videos on all those. I promise you they're coming. I just wanted to answer these questions because they keep coming up, and I didn't want to just leave them be. I thought I'd rather tackle them because they keep coming up, so I know they're important to you guys. So I hope I've helped somewhat. Let me know what you try and what works. And until the next video, guys, you know, we're still in the cold, we're keeping warm. To everyone else who's enjoying the last bit of their summers, guys, enjoy it. For us, we have to keep warm, we're keeping warm. So good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. And until the next video, guys, have a good night. Bye.